All right, what's up, you guys? This is the Pick and Pod podcast with myself, Kennedy, aka Joe Exotic Paul. Um, this is gonna try his best to be not cringy, but it's going to be. We're just gonna talk some ball, some basketball, especially right now because it's basketball season. And without further ado, this is my co-host, Shakobi Humphreys. Introduce yourself, Humphrey.
How's it going, Pick and Pod podcast? I'm Jacoby, aka Hump, aka the Humpster. You know, I want to thank Mr. Kennedy, Joe Exotic for having me on for this podcast, man. This is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be legit, bro. I'm super excited to, you know, talk some ball, show that everyone that we're not casuals, we're actually, we know a little something. Maybe, you could put out a reference for your team so it can be coaches, GMs. You never know, man. So
Presidents. We're going
presidents,
we're climbing up the ranks, man.
ESPN, if you need us.
And it's gonna be a pot where we're serious about being unserious. I think it's important to
Yeah.
like not take yourself too seriously. Because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's just here for jokes, and so I'm sure we'll probably get clowned on, but it comes with the title. Hope you got anything to add before we get into our first topic.
Nah, man. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, man. So first question, biggest question, the most entertaining MVP debate of the past couple of years. Who do you see taking home the trophy?
Uh Look, SGA, it's easy. It's right there. I mean, I think he's played the most consistent the entire year. I mean, if you want to use a free throw merchant, debate, excuse, whatever. And even with that, I mean, he's still the best in my opinion. So I mean, Jokic played amazing. I think Jokic is the best player, but this season, man, SJ's had the one up.
So what's the difference between most valuable player and best player? Because if you agree that Jokic is the best player in the world, why is he not the most valuable?
You can be the best player, but someone else can have a better season. It's like saying, LeBron overall has been the greatest player since he's played, but there were times when Steph Curry was the best player in the league at the time. There were times where Kyrie Irving was the best player in the league. Kevin Durant was the best player. Russell Westbrook, I'm sorry, for a year. So you can be the best player overall, but there are sometimes when a guy will have a breakout year like SGA did, to where I mean, you can't deny it.
I understand that. You said Kyrie the best player in the league at one point.
On the Celtics, of course.
He didn't play for long on the Celtics.
I mean, it was like maybe what 2 years. I think he was pretty good in my opinion. Not trying to be a glaze, just
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just get into some numbers here. Um, sorry. 70 games played, 70 starts. I guess just Jay and Jokic both have that stat line, but anyways, 57% from the field, 41% from three, and with a 80% free throw shot, averaging 30 points, 10 assists, and 12 rebounds. That's a hard guy to beat. That's Jokic's stats. And for reference, his on-off numbers, which means that whenever he's on the court, his team is a plus 5.3, which means that over 100 possessions, his team is scoring 5.3 more points than the other team. So he's got a positive net rating, which is a big deal. And without Nikola Jokic on the floor, the Nuggets are minus 4.5. So they're getting outscored by 5 points on average whenever he's off the court. And Shea is on off numbers. His on numbers, these guys are have a positive 12.6 net rating, which means that with him on the court, 12.6 is really good. And with that, but this is the caveat. Without Shea on the court, he is the Thunder as a team have a 17.6 net rating. So I know this is just analytics, but analytics are saying that the Thunder without SGA on the floor are a better team by a margin of 5 points. This is the MVP. Now, I understand that the voters go into look at team placement, team record, team seeding, everything like that. And I understand that Thunder had a historic year where they had almost 70 wins. It, when it comes down to it, the Thunder have a better overall team than the Nuggets. Jokic is the man on uh, the Nuggets, without a doubt. I mean, he's the man in the league. But there's no all stars on the Nuggets. I mean, you have high quality role players like Aaron Gordon, who's been insane over this playoff run, and you have a Jamal Murray who can give you 50 any given night, as well as a Michael Porter Jr. who can space it from 30 feet out. But Shea has had an all star teammate this year, Jay Williams. He's got a up and coming rising star in Chet Holmgren, a solid defensive anchor, rebounding machine in the middle of Isaiah Hartenstein. Shea has a better constructed roster now. I think that Shea will get the MVP, but I don't think it's deserved. I think he's getting the MVP solely out of voter fatigue, and yeah, he's getting the MVP out of voter fatigue because Jokic won 3 of the last 4. So that's my take on the whole MVP situation.
Voters fatigue.
Huh?
Voters fatigue, man. Wow.
I mean, that's why. That's why. Wait. That's why Joel won it that year. Jokic had better stats. Jokic is the best statistical player of the recent last couple of years. Nobody's going to match with the stats. It's just the. I mean, I understand why they don't want to vote him MVP for a 4th time because if you put him in MVP 4 times, he's in the top 10 all time conversation, and I don't think he's
Those
necessarily
some very
there.
tough conversations right there, man.
I don't think
That's
he's in the top
scary.
10. It is. Now, if he gave more shit about basketball, this dude would. I could understand the argument for him having to have 5 MVPs right now, which is insane to think about because LeBron doesn't have 5. I don't know if maybe Michael Jordan. I don't know how many Michael Jordan has. Not all yet. Yeah, that would be some pretty good company. Jokic with 5 MVPs. He'd probably be one of the greatest all time if he had that on his resume. Now, the lack of championships will not help that, but yeah.
Got a point there. But be honest, man, when you put it like that, it makes it seem like it's hard not to give Jokic the MVP. But I mean, I believe you brought up, the rebounding stats, the assist stats. I get, Shea he's not as big as, Nikolai Jokic, but I mean, that's something you can, hold against him. I mean, he's a point guard averaging 30. I think the only other person that's a point guard that averages that much is Anthony Edwards, 28 points. So I mean, it's just one of those things you can't really just hold against him. I mean, he's not a center. You can't expect him to go get a bunch of rebounds. Like I
Um,
said, the assist, that's another thing. I
what are
will
his
say he
assists?
assist 6 assists per game. So
It's kind of.
I mean, that is I think that's like maybe yeah, it's 14th in the league.
And to give Shea the benefit of the doubt, he's a quality defender. That's something Jokic is not a defender. He's just not.
Absolutely.
I mean, I
Absolutely.
understand. I think Shea is averaging one of the highest steals and blocks per game. It's called stocks, and I can't take that away from him. But he is a free throw merchant. But I guess all MVPs are because I mean, Jokic. I've been watching the series. Jokic been getting the free throw line a good bit as well. So I don't think that's a valid argument. Now, with that being said, I cannot stand the Thunder. Although I hate the Thunder so much.
You're not alone,
Bro,
bro.
let
You're
me
not
tell you who
alone.
they got. They got Abe Lincoln at power forward. They got whatever Shea. I'm not free throw merchant Shea. You got. I don't even know how to describe Jalen
Ray
Williams.
Lewis, Lou Dort.
Oh, bro.
That's a beast, man. That's a man.
You got Jalen Williams making TikToks, and oh, man, I can't stand about
He's
it. I'm
just he's
messing.
just a chill guy, man. He's a very chill guy.
It's kind of man. I like Alex Bruce. They got a deep squad. They got a bunch of
They do.
defenders. I think they have a pretty solid head coach too. I mean, and also you got the Nuggets, man. They just fired their coach. 3 games left in the year.
They did. They did.
Now they got Jokic coaching, pulling the LeBron. What's your series prediction for that? Things tied to
Um,
now game
I
this time.
they play tonight, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, do they? They might. Yeah, they do. But we still have the Thunder winning. Don't matter how you draw it up, they're still gonna win. It may go down to the wire, but I was thinking it was gonna be a clean sweep before we even went into the series.
Really,
I wasn't high on the Nuggets. I really wasn't. I didn't think they had a game plan. Everything was around Jokic. But, some guys have stepped up. Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, whatever big game Murray. But I still have the Thunder taking this series.
yeah,
This is one of those things where I'm like, I think the MVP votes should be held off until the finals.
yeah, I agree.
I don't think that's one of those regular season things because I feel like that's something you have to factor in. How good can you be for those extra 20, 30 games?
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that, and I think putting it at the end of the season also factors into the account who won the series because this is without a doubt this clash of the two MVP candidates here. So yeah, I agree. So with that being said, with you thinking the Thunder will win, how does Tatum's Achilles injury impact the Thunder's competition if they were to get out of this round and possibly make it to the finals?
to be honest, hot take, I don't have them winning the finals. I
With
don't
the
think they
Thunder,
can beat the Knicks.
you don't think the Thunder can beat the Knicks?
I don't think they can beat the Knicks. This is
So,
one of those momentum type of things.
so
It's
you think the Knicks will beat the Celtics, but what about the Cavs and Pacers? I know Pacers are 3-1
I think they're beating the Pacers easily.
easily.
Pacers, I think the Pacers are beating the Cavs, man.
Yeah,
I'm high on the Pacers. I'm high on that with the Halliburton. I'm high on that, man.
shout
That's
out to him, man. He's from New Orleans. I didn't know that, so
uh,
but I like the Pacers too, man. They got a deep squad, a lot of talent. I like Matherin a lot. I like Nimhard. Love
great.
Miles Turner.
Emhart's a dog,
I wish
man.
they get Miles Turner on the Pelicans so bad, but I like Obi Toppin. I like D Smith. Then of course you got Halliburton, the little white dude, T.J. McConnell. They got a squad. I don't
Yeah,
know
man.
if the
I
Knicks will
think
beat the Pacers personally.
really,
Yeah, I think the Pacers are too deep. I mean, the Knicks are what, seven guys deep. Whoa, pause. Hold on a second.
major pause,
Hold on.
major pause,
Hold on a second.
major pause, buddy. Major pause. Okay. All
The
right. All
Knicks
right.
have a quality seven quality players. I mean, you got coming off the bench Miles McBride and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's fine, but saw what they're doing to him. They're just fouling him. He's over here airballing free throws. What's up with that? So I think that it's really going to be a Brunson Cat show. If those two are going to meet up, I think Brunson and Cat are going to need to be on their game as well as the wing defenders. I like OG. Mikel's going to have to step up. He hasn't done too well in the Boston Celtics series, but whenever they needed him on defense, he showed up time and time again. Game one, got a steal. Game two, got a block. So I think that's what it's going to come down to is the role players. And personally, I think Indiana has more, so I think that would make it a pretty tough, pretty serious.
I my thing is gonna be the minutes, man. Thibodeau, he's been a big guy for playing his starters to the very end. I mean, Josh Hart, remember he during the season said he needed a break because he played so much. I mean, I think crash and burn is highly likely, but I think the Knicks can endure. But like you said, the Pacers, their bench is really deep, dude. That is a deep bench. That's like behind OKC and the Celtics with their bench, man. That's some quality role players who would be getting some major minutes on other teams.
Yeah.
So
You know who James Johnson is?
James Johnson.
He's on the Pacers. He never plays, but he's just like he's like the Thanasis of the Pacers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Who do you think will win in a fight? Him or Karl Anthony Towns?
Carl Anthony Towns with Carl, bro.
James
Carl
Johnson
Anthony
has
Towns is Carl Anthony Towns. He's a little sus, bro.
oh, he's a lot of sus, man.
You seen the memes when he
After all that,
after all that.
James Johnson, James Johnson apparently has a black belt in like I think karate or something. So I think that'd be fun to see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's why he's on the Pacers just to like be the enforcer, the Thanasis. Shout out to Thanasis, man.
the Nationals the GOAT, man. They don't give him his shine. They really don't. He's a
What
hooper
does
for real, bro.
what's he do now?
I don't know. I know he has a podcast, but I mean, I don't think he gets minutes anymore.
Is it with Giannis?
No, I think it's just his own podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool. That's cool. Just a little question for you. I know you're a big Kyrie fan, so you're a big Mavs fan right now. What's your thoughts on the lottery last night?
Cold, cold, man. Come on home, cool. Dallas, we need you.
So,
We rigged it. It's rigged.
oh, it definitely is right.
It's definitely rigged.
Definitely. So, what type of moves do you think the Mavericks need to make to round out their roster? I know Kyrie's hurt until maybe January of next year. So, what do you think they need to do to stay competitive, or maybe add a piece to really jump into that type of contention?
I say trade for another like premier guard. I mean, possibly Trey Young if you could get him. I don't know if you can get him. Possibly Trey Young. We basically covered the defensive game plan. I just think until Kyrie comes back, we need a guard, who could facilitate just to help Cooper Flag get adjusted to the league. But I don't know, man. Like Nico, he's can't even. I don't even know what to say about Nico, man. That was a crazy trade with Luca. I'm still out of shock. I wake up every day and I'm like, we really traded Luca away for
But
Anthony
it
Davis.
worked out. You got Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag.
It did work out. It did work out. It
So
worked out.
who's your starting five for the Mavericks, assuming everybody's healthy? No, to start the year without Kyrie. I know it's kind of on the spot.
You
Are you
said
starting
with Cooper Flag, right?
with Cooper Flag, no Kyrie? Are you putting AD at center or power forward, or what are you doing there?
Yeah. He's gonna go to power forward. I'm just gonna go like give him the keys. I'm Derek Lively's gonna start at center. He's gonna be the starter. Um,
So
I
I'm
guess we could put Klay Thompson at the three. I mean, he can guard the three very well. So I put him at the three.
you're gonna put Clay at the three. Where's Cooper? Is Cooper playing the two?
Yeah, I'll put him at the two. How tall is Cooper? Can he
He's 6'7", 6'8".
6'7"? Okay.
He's
Okay. Well,
crazy.
okay. Well, yeah, I'll switch them two then. Clay can be at the two still, Cooper at the three. And at the one, man,
Yeah, that's kind of a
it's
toss up.
hard, man.
I think Anthony Simons would be a good trade target for the Mavs.
It's not
He,
it's not a bad, it's not a
he'd be
bad,
serviceable until Kyrie gets back. And Kyrie gets back, you can move him to the two, Kyrie at the one, or vice versa. Anthony at the one, Kyrie at the two. That would just mean that maybe Kyrie would have to. I'm sorry, maybe Klay Thompson or Cooper Flag would have to go to the bench, or you move Anthony Davis down to center to keep the shooting and Klay Thompson at the three, and move starting center to the bench. Man, y'all got a made in the Mavericks organization. I know Nico's soul, but still, first pick, dude.
still can't matter on it.
Don't even talk about my Pelicans, man. It's so depressing.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on over there, man. It's
I was on top of the world whenever we went to that playoff game a couple years ago. Oh, I was loving it. And then ever since then, you thought they'd get better because they were young, they were talented,
yeah,
but it hasn't been that interesting. Crazy, crazy.
that's You think you'll have a chance this year? The year coming up?
I don't think so. I don't think a chance of title contention. No, I think if the right changes are made, there needs to be a lot of changes made. But I think if the right changes are made, I could see them pushing first round to 6 or 7, or even possibly getting out of the first round and losing the second round 5 or 6. So I mean, as much as I want them to be great, it's kind of hard. Zion's still my guy. I'm a Glazer. I've been Glazer since 2019. He's the reason I started watching basketball. But yeah, I'm
You'll have a
man.
top 10 pick. So
Top 7, yeah, and
yeah.
they control all the Bucks picks, so that's very interesting. If Giannis were to get traded, they they control the Bucks' future. So you'd assume that the Bucks would try to tank, and the Pelicans would own all their picks. So I could see them get involved in a trade, something with those picks.
Smart. That's smart.
It would be they. I think they got the picks for Drew Holiday a long time ago, but it's not even playing for them. So what do you think? We kind of hit on all these series. I know it's kind of the ugly series of the bunch, but what do you think about the Warriors Timberwolves series?
Ant-Man, the legend killer.
Is he a legend killer though? Because I mean, Curry's not there.
Jimmy Butler. Do we qualify him as a legend or is he just
I don't know what to call it, Jimmy Butler legend. Because I mean, you got to think about who he's taking down. He's taking down LeBron, taking down KD. Jimmy Butler's not close to them. Jimmy Butler might be top 200 all time, but no, I don't think top 100. No, maybe not top 200. So that's kind of bold.
I'd
He's
give him
top 300,
115.
150.
115.
In the
Yeah.
history of basketball, I changed my. I say top 300 players of all
Jimmy Butler, top 300?
time. Top 300. Playoff Jimmy is the reason he's up there. If he wasn't a playoff riser, like how if he didn't perform like how he did in Miami for those playoff series, I don't know if you could make an argument he's in the top 1,000, which is kind of maybe top 500, top 1,000, top 500.
Interesting take. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna step on some toes there, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
sorry. A million followers, man. They're gonna love it. Nah, but so who do you? I know we kind of run through the playoffs. So you said you got the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Who do you think comes out of that Western Conference Finals to meet the Knicks in the championship?
Like I said, it all depends on, both teams are very gritty teams, in my opinion. I think uh I think the Thunder is still gonna come out on top. I think just because of how deep they are on the bench defensively. I think that's gonna be a lot for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo. I kind of want to mess up his last name, man.
They call him the Big Ragu. That's what they call him in New York.
And Nas Reed. Nas Reed's a top 10 player all time.
Oh,
They not ready for that conversation though.
I say
But
top three.
top three?
Top three. You know about Nas Reed, man? Went to LSU.
What's
Top
LSU?
top three.
He's a dog.
Big part of
Top three?
Jelly Fam. Come on now.
Jelly fam. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's gonna be a
man.
free agent this year.
He
He's
is.
to be a free agent. I wonder where he'll go.
You think he's gonna resign or you think
I don't know, man. The Timberwolves books are so crazy. I mean, you're paying Rudy Gobert so much money. I think Rudy Gobert needs some more praise, man. I understand that he's not likable, but he's good at what he does. He's a good defensive anchor. He is uh, a solid rebounder. He's there to clean up mistakes. I don't think he should get all the hate he deserves. Now, I understand he started Kobe himself. He was
think
the one who ate the bat. He ate the bat.
yeah. I think, he the hate he gets, I know a lot of it comes from his perimeter defense. That's some of the same like things that I say about Jokic. They are cones on the outside, man. I mean, but once you put them on the inside, they're a threat. But you can't really hold it over his head, man. He's a defensive player of the year, what,
Multiple.
2 times, 3 times?
I think that award is kind of worn out. I mean, the defensive player of the year is going to all the centers. I mean, Sure, if I'm 7'3" and I'm just blocking shots, it's great. You're doing good on defense, but you're God given that. I think the defensive player of the year should go to the Dyson Daniels of the league, the more athletic wings and the point guards who really have to work hard. You know,
Yeah. Uh, Draymond Green, you know, I think he's a pretty good defender. I think he's one of the
he's
best facilitators, maybe. Was Eamon Thompson
he's solid.
pretty
Solid.
solid.
I think if
Yeah.
Draymond wouldn't talk as much, he'd be regarded as a much better player.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I mean, he's a great facilitator, one of the best defenders of all time. He, yes, argue with the
What are
wall.
you putting him? Top 10?
Man, I have to see a list of who all like all the top defenders ever, but I think it's safe to say top 15, top 20 best defender of all time.
That's solid. That's solid. People, I think people will use his attitude to kind of hinder him and handicap him a little bit. But even with that, man, you see it on a nightly basis. If he needed to, he could guard Jokic.
Oh yeah,
He could
he's
probably
tough
hold
too.
Jokic to 20 if you just kept him on him all game.
Dude, I don't know if a soul in the league could hold Jokic to 20. If Jokic is, it's all about how Jokic is feeling. If he's passive, then he's not going to score 20. But anytime he wants to score 30, he's getting 30. I could make the argument for 40. If he was just decided, hey, I'm going to score all game, he would do it. But I mean, instead you see his numbers 11 assists a game.
Why doesn't he do that though? He could easily average 40 to 43 points per game, man.
I'm not saying he
I
doesn't
don't
care about
know.
basketball, but you know how he is. And also, I mean, getting the assist, I mean, the players have to make shots. That does levels for their confidence. And then you have the offensive side of the ball. You got shots going in. It's going to make you want to play harder on the defensive side of the ball. So all his assists are kind of accumulating and kind of making his team play harder on both ends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really there's no question about the MVP, but it's going to go to Shea, and I think Jokic is
Shit.
the best player. In the world.
Do you think this is one of those one-time things, or do you think he's gonna be like a top three, top five player in the league for a
The
few years?
Jokic,
Shay.
I'd argue he was top three the last. I'd argue he's top five the last 2 years before that. Shea is consistent as much as I can't stand the Thunder. Shea is a consistent basketball player now, but he's taking 11 free throws a game. He's consistent at doing that. I mean, what do you say? He said my whole life's consistent.
My whole life's consistent.
What
I'm flowing.
describe? I don't even know how to describe him, but yeah, I think he's a top five player as much as I can't stand the Thunder. And
I hope he can ride this wave.
who?
I hope he can ride this wave for like a few years.
I think he can. Man, the Clippers really screwed up in that trade.
That was
They got
crazy.
Shea and Jalen Williams for Paul George.
We're talking about rigging the draft. OKC might have rigged the draft. They might be on the cusp of winning a championship, and they got two first-round picks.
Maybe they trade. Maybe they make a big splash in something. Maybe they go with all those picks that Sam Preston accumulated. I mean, they could go get a Giannis. They could go get any disgruntled star they wanted. I don't think it's with all those picks. You would probably get Devin Booker. You could definitely get Kevin Durant back. You get whoever you
So you
want.
get Devin.
I mean, if anything, the Luka trade showed you that anybody's available. Obviously, I'm sure LeBron and Steph Curry aren't available, but there's no stone to be unturned. I mean, you got Luka
Maybe
going.
Melo.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be good though. He's a lot on ball. I don't think he.
I
I think
think they would have to force him to like get the ball out of his hands but I mean he is a ball hog.
I can see LaMelo on the Thunder. It's not. He wouldn't buy in defensively. I think he needs a change sooner, but I don't think he go to the Thunder. Maybe a team like the Magic. I like.
Magic's not a bad team.
I'm excited to see what happens this offseason. I was really disappointed yesterday because I can't believe the Mavericks got the first pick, but excited to see where the offseason goes.
And man, that's how the cookie crumbles. It's you win some, you lose some. The rich get richer.
That is right. The rich definitely got richer there. The poor just still getting poor. You got anything else to say before we get to your life segment or whatever segment you want to do?
Did want to add one thing.
Oh,
So, we've got some players here in the playoffs. We have Jokic, who could be getting his second ring. SGA could get his first. Jalen Brunson could get, you know, his first. Tyrese Halliburton could get his first. I want to stick to Jalen Brunson. What would this mean for Jalen Brunson, man? If he got a ring, he
bro,
brought a ring back to New York.
that dude would get a statue like immediately.
Statue.
Not only did he take a pay cut this offseason so they could make big moves for a cat for re-signing OG Anunoby, getting Mikal Bridges, bring home a championship, put that on top. Man, that dude will never pay for a meal again in New York. Because I mean, those Knicks fans, they have been through they've been through hell. Honestly, they've been through all
And
types of stuff in
have
the
they?
past for as long as I can remember, even way past that. I think he would get a statue. He would have the key to the city. He would be the man, and as well as cementing himself as a potential as a top player in this league, top five, top, and possibly even the second best, third best guard in the league, maybe only behind Shea or Luca or and Steph. I think yeah, it's a realistic possibility. What do you think a ring for Jalen Brunson would do for him?
Again, I'll be honest, man. If he gets the ring, he's the best guard in the league. I mean, overall, I think he is overall. If you look at just his stats, man, he's 26-7. I mean, on a team like, hey, man, I just think he's genuinely just the best guard in the league. He doesn't get a lot of praise for it because of SGA, because of Anthony Edwards, but he gets this ring.
Yeah,
Hey, I think top three player in the league, top four player in the league,
player or guard.
player, player, player.
So you're taking Jalen Brunson over Giannis.
No, I think Giannis is the second best player in the league.
And then Shay's not the second best player, but he's winning MVP. I mean, he is going to win MVP, but
I
he's
mean, like I said, you have a year like Shea, he's gonna win it, but I'm not gonna say 1 year is gonna determine, who is just the best player in the league. You know, Jokic still number one, Giannis. Hot take, I got Luca at three. But if Jalen gets that ring before Luca, he's third, man. I mean, he's third. He has
so
a lot of talent around him, but I mean, it's still his show.
so just a question: the old Mavericks team with Luca and Brunson, both of them in their prime, who was taking the last shot? Both of them, like Luca, how as good as he has been in his prime versus Jalen Brunson right now. Those guys on the same team, who's taking the last shot?
Luca, man. I gotta give it to Luca.
Even though Jalen Brunson just won clutch player,
Okay. What is the last shot? Are we saying
I was talking down one, 10 seconds left. Who do you want?
oh,
Do you want
easy,
the ball?
Luca.
Pause. Who do you want with the ball? Let's say whose hands do you want on the ball? No, that'd be crazy.
Hey, bro, you got a few strikes on you, bro. Kind of sus, man. What's going on? But down one, Luca.
So
Down two, Jalen.
really, I'd make the same argument, but just opposite. I'd say down one, I go Brunson, and down two, I'd go Luca.
I don't know, man. I like Luca in the post and in that midi. He's pretty good. Now, if you want a three, Jalen Brunson all the way.
It's a pretty good 3-point shooter. I mean, I guess I don't really keep up with him too much, but seeing what he did to Rudy Gobert last year down to in Minnesota and popped it right in his mouth.
Yeah, man, that was clutch. That was clutch.
Oh, you didn't catch that, did you?
Nah, bro, what you say?
I said, nah, some things I won't repeat. All right, I'll tell you. I said, yeah, he got Rudy Gobert on the island and popped one right in his mouth. That's three.
Yo,
That's three.
nah, bro, you're
I know.
clipped.
I need to see
You're
myself.
clipped.
I need to see myself out, man.
You're clipped, bro. You're clipped.
All right,
Yeah, bro. This is
let's go ahead and get to your segment, man. I'm done. I'm done talking. Unless you got stuff to add, I'm not gonna say anything.
nah, man. I mean, that's all. But I don't really know what to call this part of the podcast yet. You know, this is our first one. Um, I guess I'll leave y'all with some life advice I was taught at a very young age. Uh, count your chickens, man. Make sure you count your chickens. I want y'all to look up what chickens mean, man, on a deeper level. We're not talking about, you know, the chickens, you eat. We're not talking about, count your chickens, man. Count 'em. Take care of yourself, man. Survive. Put yourself first. Things like that, man. We're getting older. A lot of us are getting older. A lot of us are 20. A lot of us are 30. Hey, but yeah, man. Make sure you count your chickens. You know, yeah, man. That's pretty much
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I like that. Counter chickens.
Count your chickens.
All right, man. Without further ado, it's been the first episode of the Pick and Pie with me and old Hump right here. We get back to it probably another episode within the next week or so. And yeah, Hump, you got anything to add?
Not at all, man. To anyone who watches this, we really appreciate it, man. We're both stepping out of our comfort zone here doing this, but we're gonna get better at it along the way. But we
We'll
really do
definitely.
appreciate y'all, man. This is awesome.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy, Hump, and I'll catch you later.
All right.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.